Every morning, millions of people wake up already behind. Before they've even left the house, they're checking emails, replying to messages, scanning calendars, listening to podcasts at double speed, trying to get ahead of a day that hasn't even begun. By 9 o'clock, it already feels like life is happening to them instead of for them. And somehow, this has become normal. We've been taught that a full calendar means you're ambitious, that answering emails at midnight means you're committed, that being constantly busy is evidence that your life matters. But what if we've mistaken movement for progress? Look around tomorrow morning, at the airport, on the train, at the traffic lights, inside the office. Everyone is moving, heads down, coffee in hand, eyes fixed on the next meeting, the next deadline, the next notification. No one seems to question it, because when everyone is running begins to feel natural. If you stopped 100 people on their way to work and asked them one simple question, what are you really trying to achieve? Most wouldn't say, I want a bigger house, or I want a more expensive car. Many wouldn't even say, I want more money. They'd probably say something much simpler. I just want more time. Time to sleep, time to travel, time with the people they love, time to think, time to breathe. Isn't that strange? We spend decades chasing money, only to spend that money trying to buy back the time we lost earning it. Somewhere along the way, we accepted a trade without ever reading the terms. We traded attention for urgency, presence, for productivity, freedom, for appearances. And because everyone around us made the same trade, it stopped feeling like a choice. It simply became life. But the trade doesn't happen all at once. It happens quietly. 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, one more meeting, one more subscription, one more notification, one more obligation that seemed harmless on its own. Until one day, your entire calendar belongs to everyone except you. Every new app promised convenience. Every new convenience quietly expected something in return. A faster reply, another update, one more tap, one more glance. Technology didn't just enter our lives, it entered every empty space between them. Work no longer ends when you leave the office. Messages follow you home, emails arrive before breakfast. Even moments of silence have become uncomfortable. We've confused being connected with being present. Ask someone how they're doing. The answer is almost always the same. Busy, not because they're proud of it, but because busyness has quietly become part of our identity. The more unavailable you are, the more important people assume you must be. But exhaustion isn't proof that your life matters. Sometimes, it's proof that you've stopped deciding how your life is spent. Then something even more subtle happens. Income grows. Life grows with it. The apartment gets larger, the car gets newer, the subscriptions multiply, the calendar fills. None of those decisions seem unreasonable. In fact, they often feel like success. But every financial commitment is also a time commitment. Every payment represents hours of your future, hours that haven't happened yet, already spoken for. Imagine two friends. Both earn exactly the same salary. The first upgrades everything: a larger apartment, a newer SUV, designer clothes, the newest phone, a premium gym membership. Nothing reckless, nothing unusual, just the next logical step. The second friend makes quieter decisions. They keep the apartment, drive the reliable car, invest the difference, protect their weekends, create space instead of filling it. 5 years later, they're still earning the same income, but only one of them can wake up on a Wednesday morning and honestly say, "My time is still mine." Most people ask one question before making a purchase. Can I afford it? But perhaps that's the wrong question. A better question might be, how much of my life will this require? Because money can be replaced, time cannot. And your calendar is simply a receipt for how you spent your life. Most people believe wealth begins when your income changes, but perhaps wealth begins much earlier than that. Perhaps it begins the moment you stop measuring your life by what you own and start measuring it by what you control. The people who appear the freest don't wake up with more hours than anyone else. They still have 24. The difference is, they defend those hours differently. They understand something that rarely appears on a balance sheet. Every commitment has a cost, not just in money, but in attention, in energy, in peace. In years you'll never get back. That's why real wealth isn't simply the ability to buy more. It's the ability to choose differently, to leave a meeting that no longer matters, to walk away from work that compromises your values, to spend an afternoon with your children without checking your phone every 10 minutes, to say no without feeling the need to apologize. Those moments rarely look impressive from the outside, but that's because freedom has never been designed to impress strangers. It was designed to serve the person living it. This is where many people misunderstand investing. Investing isn't only about growing money, it's about creating future choices. Every pound, every dollar, every rand invested today is quietly purchasing a little more control over tomorrow. Every unnecessary debt avoided protects options your future self hasn't needed yet. Every expense questioned creates space, not immediately, but eventually. The remarkable thing about freedom is that it compounds, just as quietly as interest does. Small decisions, repeated consistently, create lives that look completely different 10 years later. Not because one person worked harder, but because one person protected something more valuable than appearances. They protected margin, the space to think before reacting, the ability to rest without guilt, the confidence to choose purpose over pressure. Because once your calendar is completely full, something else quietly disappears. Wonder, curiosity, creativity, the conversations that change your life, the opportunities you never planned for, the people you wish you'd spent more time with. A completely scheduled life leaves very little room for surprise. And yet, the moments that define our lives are almost never scheduled. No calendar reminder announces the conversation you'll remember forever. No notification tells you today is the day everything changes. Those moments arrive uninvited. Only people with enough space ever notice them. Perhaps that's why the most quietly successful people rarely seem hurried. They're not moving slower because they lack ambition. They're moving deliberately because they understand the cost of unnecessary speed. There is a difference. Motion isn't achievement. Noise isn't influence. Being busy isn't the same as building a meaningful life. Tomorrow morning, the trains will still be crowded, the airports will still be full, the traffic will still stretch for miles, everyone will still be moving. The difference is that you'll begin seeing something you couldn't see before. You'll stop asking, where are they going? And you'll start asking, who actually owns their time? Because freedom was never waiting at the end of another promotion. It wasn't hiding inside a larger home, or behind a more expensive watch, or inside a title printed on a business card. Freedom has always been built one decision at a time, one boundary, one investment, one quiet refusal to exchange another piece of your life for something that doesn't truly matter. In the end, the goal was never to become someone who owns everything. It was to become someone who owns enough of their own time to live deliberately. Because the rarest luxury in the modern world isn't wealth. It's waking up on an ordinary Tuesday and realizing your day still belongs to you. That is the prestige effect.